What's up, everyone? It's your boy Scott. Welcome to the Scott Reports. Today I'm bringing you an anime movie review of Kuroko no Basket Last Game. I have scoured the net for months trying to find anything I can on this movie as far as when I can see it. As a matter of fact, I watched the Raw and I cheated. I watched the Raw and I also read the manga, so I knew what was going on, but I went back and watched it again when it was subtitled because I can never get enough of Kuroko no Basket. If you guys haven't known already, or if I haven't mentioned it, Kuroko no Basket is my #3 anime of all time. And I don't think that's changing anytime soon. So as soon as I saw this movie was available, I literally jumped for joy and I could not wait to watch it again. I actually watched it raw. That's how bad I wanted to see it. I don't think I've done that since Battle of the Gods. So anyway, this will be a spoiler-free review, so I won't be giving away plot points or anything. I'm just going to be giving my thoughts on the movie, and I'll be making just small comparisons between the manga and the movie because there are a little bit of differences here and there, but again, it will be nothing that will ruin the movie as far as plot points that will ruin the experience for you, because I cannot wait for all of the Kuroko fans to stand up and watch this movie and we can talk about it, because I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I have to say that I really did. And what this movie was about, and again, this is spoiler free. This is nothing outside of what you can find out about the movie on like a site or anything if you read up about it, is that the generation of miracles have come together and put aside their differences to go against a team by the name of Team Jabberwock, who have come to America. They were escorted to America by Coach Kagatora. It's been so long since I saw some of these characters, but he escorted them to America. They had an expedition game against Team Starsky, who I believe it was Starsky, and they were comprised of all of the third years from the seasons past. They all got together, they had an exhibition game outside, and Jabberwock straight up embarrassed these dudes and spit on name of Japan, literally, and they're not gonna take that lightly. So Kagatora said, okay, that's how you wanna act? You wanna act like a damn fool coming to my country? How about I get you the very best that Japan has to offer, and we're gonna have a match. So they decide to get together, and this match has very big odds depending on how you look at it, but again, we won't dive into that, and that's where the story takes place. As far as the differences that we see between the manga and the feature film itself, one of the biggest things was that in the manga, this game took place outside, versus in the movie, it was inside of, you know, an arena, making it feel like more of an official basketball game instead of a street game tournament. And these guys from Jabberwock, they were bananas. These guys were straight up and one in every sense of the word. They were sick, they were insane, and they were definitely a good match for Team Vorpal Swords, which again is something that the manga touched on a little bit better. I mean, we saw why the Generation of Miracles decided to put their differences aside and come together to take on this team, but the manga, it felt a little bit more natural how they came together and put aside their differences in order to take on this team, versus in the feature film. And this was probably too condensed, even though the manga itself was very short. It felt like they were kind of just put together, said, okay, we're gonna get together, we're Team Vorpal Swords, and let's go ahead and take these guys out. Where the manga had a little bit more building to it, again, even though it was slow. So those are the two big differences that it had as far as the feature film and the movie itself. But again, it was nothing deal breaking. It's just that naturally, with the manga having more space, it was a little bit more fleshed out, and this was a full movie. It was like an hour and 30 something minutes. So I think maybe if they took it to the 2-hour mark, they could have put the extra stuff in, but I was fine with how they did it. But again, that's because I'm already familiar with the source. I read the manga, so I already know how it went down. But if you're an anime only, you would probably look at the certain situation like it moved on a little bit fast, almost as if the movie was just set up to show the battle instead of showing the build-up. But overall, it really was a knockdown, drag-out battle from beginning to end with these two teams. One of the gripes that I have, though, is for Team Jabberwock to be the main antagonist of this movie, they didn't really get as much shine as I thought they would, or at least not the entire team. Versus when you look at the Generation of Miracles, this movie was a love letter to everybody who wanted to see these characters again, because no matter who your favorite miracle was, they all got a decent amount of shine and had an impact on the game. But, you know, Team Jabberwock, and I can see how this would probably turn some people off about the movie or it be one of their biggest pain points, this movie kind of felt like Saren versus Rakuzan all over again with Jabberwock, just with different players in the seats. But yeah, Jabberwocks was some goons. They were scary. They were menacing, because when you think about basketball, America is one of the biggest countries for basketball. And I know that's changing. Like, a lot of international players are coming in now, but just their style and how they were was kind of the embodiment of, especially the early to late 2000 basketball with &1, with basically everybody being on this scary street ball type of level, but they can get down on the court with the basics as well. And I mean, I just cannot stop gushing enough about how much I enjoyed this movie. It just felt so good to see these characters once again, to see the interactions with the characters, to see some people show up again, and to finally hear some new music from Grand Rodeo, as well as from Kensho Ono, who is also the voice actor of Kuroko. To hear music from them again, it just brought all the memories back of watching this series, and it just felt like I was at home with Kuroko again. Now, as far as the movie itself, I will say this: if you're a big fan of Kuroko no Basketball like I am, you're gonna absolutely love it. And if you were kind of on the fence about it and you didn't like it, this movie's not going to change your opinion of that. Because, in a sense, this movie wasn't, or the manga even, wasn't made necessarily to continue the series. It felt like it was more of a just cuz. And again, this was the same with the manga too. And overall, it just ended up being a nice bookend to the story, but it didn't leave you with any hope of it coming back or lead you on to anything in the future. It really just kind of left you right where you were already, but just put us in the seat to see everybody come together again for a common cause. The animation was good, I must say, and I would say it's probably on par, if not better, than the compilation films that came out for the series. Because it's a movie, you would expect a better grade of animation from it, or at least you would hope, and I think they did a good job with the animation as well. It just put you in the right setting. It gave you that right feel, that right hype and electricity that the series is known for, and it looked absolutely stunning, especially in certain parts. And yeah, overall, it was just good to see this on screen once again. And I can't touch on this enough, and I've already said it, so it's gonna feel like I'm repeating myself, but it really was just a nice bookend for the series, because we might not see these characters again. The mangaka of Kuroko, he is basically now working on a series called Robot Laser Beam, which is a golf series. So since he's focusing on that, who knows if we'll ever see Kuroko again, or if we'll get a continuation. And honestly, I don't think we need to. They left a lot of room there, but this movie doesn't touch on that. This movie was just, I feel like this movie was just for the fans to say, here we go once again, just like the manga was. And it wrapped things up pretty nicely, but at the same time, there is that room there for a continuation, but I don't think we'll see it anytime soon. And also be sure to watch after the credits, because it's a little bit fun there as well for you to watch after the credits. And that was it. Overall, I do recommend to watch the movie, especially if you're a fan. And if you're not a fan, go watch it and then come watch the movie, because you will be thoroughly enjoyed. At least I feel that way. So let me know what you thought of Last Game in the comments below. If you liked the video, go ahead and drop it a like. And if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's not a shortage of content for you to indulge on this channel. And as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me. I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.